Hello, welcome to Wordsworth Model Railway. My name's Mike, and today we're going to do another Let's Build a Card kit. Now this one's a blast from the past. It's one of the older kits that's available on the website, and it's one of those really easy, quick to put together kits that goes onto 300 GSM card. I'd say it's the thickness of cereal packets that you get throughout the world, so that's the kind of cardstock we're going to use today. And this isn't the episode that I had planned for this weekend, so the episode that I was going to do is just being shunted back a little bit, because I want to do this one and show how easy it is to build this kit. Now if I remember rightly, it's the WMR/TS49 from the website, and it's a low relief semi-detached, or if you want you can join them together to make a terrace row of houses. So let me start by getting this onto the cardstock. So the cardstock we require, we need some 1mm cardstock for the roof. Forgot to mention that in the intro. And this is the white card stock that I like to use. I haven't bought any of this for years. I used to buy it from eBay, or you can get it from Amazon. You can get it in packs of like 25, 50, 75, 100, and it's economical to buy. It's just I don't do many card kits in this method anymore, which is a shame because they were quite fun and quick to build. So there's his cardstock. That's his printed sheets. Let's get them glued together. So the first thing we will do is separate this section here, because this needs to go onto 1mm card. So with a steel rule, craft knife, place the steel rule on the red line, keep your fingers away, pull through, that's separated. Park your blade back in your craft knife, let's not have any accidents today. Right, let's get these glued onto the cardstock. Now, quite simple. I've got an offcut. I've got loads of this stuff lying around now. There's the roof. We're going to glue it there. Normally I'd put it onto a little gluing mat that I've got, but on this occasion it'll fit nicely onto there. I like to use, for large areas, my jumbo Pritt stick. Basically give it a good covering, make sure you get the ends because you don't want anything coming loose. Doesn't matter too much about this side because that just had some text on. The image that we're cutting out is all over here. Pick it up, flip her over, place her down square onto the edge, put her down, find my seam roller, right, that's the first bit on. What we'll do, I like to just lift up the cutting mat, put it under there. It's not thick, so it's quite safe to do that. That's our next piece. What we're going to do, size it onto there, flip her over, get the jumbo glue stick again, work from the centre out. That's the way I like to do it. Get to the ends, make sure you get those ends, because it's always the ends that bubble up or start to come loose later on if you don't do it right. And then the last little bit down here, right, flip her over, down onto the corner, level her up with the ends. Always handy to have a cloth. Right. Seam roller. But make sure you get good contact, just like wallpapering at home. Just don't tell the missus that you can do this, otherwise she'll have you decorate the house. Right. That should be enough. Once again, just put it underneath your mat, and we can move on to the next piece that we need to cut out. As can be seen, it progresses quite quickly, does this kit. Here's the next sheet. We've got another piece for 1mm card here. This section's for 300 GSM card, and these are your print only covering section. Now note, what I've done in this kit is give you some choices for your roof tiles. Entirely up to you what you want to use. So, knife, steel rule, place on the red dotted line, move to one section, spin round, red dotted line, park the blade. This can go to one side because we don't need it just yet. This goes onto 1mm card. This goes onto 300 GSM card, that's the white card I'm using. So let's get those glued. I won't bore you with me gluing these this time. You've seen what I use, the jumbo Pritt stick. Now the last pieces that we need to cut out are these chimney stacks. Not the pots, just the stacks. These need to go onto some 300 GSM cards. All you need to do with these, and you don't have to be precise, is just get steel rule, go larger than what you need, park the blade, take that section out of the way for now because we don't need those. This needs to go into some 300 GSM card, and just so happens we've got space on this section that we've already done. Flip her over, get the glue, give her a good dollop on the reverse side. Place it onto the card. Simple as that. That's all the parts onto the cardstock. We're just going to set this aside just for a little while, and then we'll start cutting out this section here. So here we go. This is the first section I want to work on. What we need to do is just cut out the outline first, all the way around. Don't lose these pieces and don't lose these. But let's get this cut out, and then this section goes to one side. Okay, that didn't take long. We've now got the main building cut from the cardstock. What we need to do now is score this black line that's just above the gutter line, and it is score because we need to fold that down. We need to score these lines, they fold the flaps over. We need to score this base section so that it goes under the card, and then we need to score down these signs here, and these glue flaps go down, and then we score down there and there so that the walls go down, and that's what forms the basic shell of the building. So it's score only, don't cut through. So we've got all our score lines done, and you can see how it all folds together. Let's get that glue flap underneath there. So that they go down, that folds under, your side walls come down, your glue flaps for the roof go underneath there, and your roof goes down, and you end up with a basic kit that looks like that. So all we need to do now is apply glue to all these flaps and glue it into place. So there we have our basic kit. Now the kit does come with optional sections that wrap around to cover up these white lines. It's entirely up to you if you want to use them. If you don't want to use them, you could maybe use some black marker pen or brown marker pen to go down these edges. It just covers them up and makes them so that they don't stand out too much. Okay, let's move on. Now, these are those corner strip coverings. These ones are for the main house, and these two here, or pair, are for the bay window corners. Now, I'm not going to bother putting these on my kit today, but they're there should you need them. What I'm going to do is pick one of these roof sections to cut out. This is the covering strips for my particular kit today, and I think I'm going to go with the red Pantal coverings today. So we will roughly cut this out, and then you'll notice there's some red lines. These are the fold lines which you score, and then you'll fold over the main roof section. So let me get this cut out. Okay, we've roughly got it cut out. I'm going to score it using the scoring tool. Now, I did get asked a question, what brand is it? There's nothing actually written on this at all, and the packaging that it came in was just a clear clear packaging with some white cardstock behind it, so I can't tell you what brand it is. Plus I got it as a present, Christmas present. I've had a look around on Amazon, and there is versions that look similar to this, so I can only assume that might be where it came from. So Amazon might be a good place to start in the craft section. But basically, smaller roll this time, line it up with the first dotted line and just pull it down, then move on to the second one and pull it down. All it's doing is putting a little dent in the paperwork to make folding easier. So I'll just do the remainder. It's just like using a ballpoint pen, is this. And then we'll do the front sections just like so. And then the last line like that. All I will say is it does come with there's this side, that side, and I think there's about 4 other sizes of the ball ends stored inside here. So nice gadget, I enjoy it. So what we do to fold over, first dotted line, and it's as simple as that. Makes it so easy. And as anyone's been watching previous videos know, I like to put the pencil line on the back, so when we come to put our strip inside, I know exactly where it's going. Now the other one's a little bit more tricky because it's only 1mm card and it's only 1mm away from that last fold, but it does work. Right, there we go. Score. Do the other side. Score with the pencil. Get the next line like so. Line, front edge, that one drifted off a little bit, but it's okay, we can get her back online like so. Right, let's get all the waste cut off, so we're just left with the pan tiles. There we go, we've got the tile section cut out, all marked up, ready to go. So we'll just put that to one side because we need this section, which is on some 1mm card. And what do you do? Nice and simple. Sorry, I pointed the wrong one then, didn't I? It's that one we want. That's for the canopy. We want the main roof. Right, nice and simple. Keep your blade straight if you can. Make sure you've got a nice knife, sharp blade in there. Do the verticals. Make sure you're on the line. Top and bottom. Always let the blade do the work. You know when you throw the card. If you have to force the blade, it means your blade is blunt. And a blunt blade is a dangerous tool. So get rid of it and get a new blade in there. These box knives are ideal for that because you just snap the section off and off you go again. Right, one last cut. Obviously we didn't go all the way through there. There we go. To one side. That's the sub base. There's your tile where you're going to stick this to there. Nice and simple. Apply the glue. Line up with the lines that you marked on your sheet. Fold over. And job's a good one. Right, let me get that stuck onto there. So there's our roof section. All we need to do now, bring back the main kit. Turn it that way so you can see. We're going to glue that onto there, and I prefer to leave it laying on the bench like it is, because you know then that your overhang at the front and then leave overhang at the side is just right. So let's get the glue on, let's get her onto there. There we go, we've got the roof glued nicely to the main house shell. What we need to do now is move this to one side so we can start working on the bay window sections now. So this is our bay window section. Bay window for one, bay window for the second. This is the bay window under roof, and the main canopy will glue onto the top, and this is for the front porch area. This will cut out, score line, and will fold in half. So let's get this section and this section cut out so we can pre-form these. These will build just like the main house but on a smaller scale. So we've got one of the bays. You can see I've roughly cut it out because I want to do the score lines first, and then I'll do the cutout. So let me just get started with the scores. Now the score lines are these tiny little glue flaps on the end. And like I said, the aim is to score enough so that it goes through the card to make it easily fold. Let me turn that round. Actually, I believe, see, it's that long since I've built this kit. They're the score lines, it's the red lines. Ignore that first one there. It's this line you need to score to, not this. I remember now I did that. It's because too much of the white lines used to show when I first built the kit. The beauty of live video. Here we go. One, two, and you can just feel it when it's just about. Then through this section. Got to make sure you line up just right. Bring her down. Right, let's make amends to this end that I botched right at the beginning. See, I know you're all sat at home laughing at me right now, because this is the man who made the kit. He can't remember which line to cut. Right, we've got those. We're now ready to cut out the full kit. Or the full section, not the full kit, the full section. Anyone can tell today I'm in a bit of a rush. But then again, it's not a slow kit, is this? These are what I used to call, in my early days, board fillers. Because you could make loads of these in a day and fill that bare patch on your layout, so it looked interesting rather than that bare baseboard. I hated that. We'll just keep cutting round like this. until we're done. Let me get this section here. Let's nip out this little triangle piece. Pop that to one side. Now if you're confident, you could take these triangle pieces out freehand. But right down here. Down there. Now then, got to be careful here, because we just want to cut out this section first. Take that out of the way. Just nip into there. Now, like I said, once you get confident, you can actually freehand some of this stuff. Just not quite into that corner. There we go. Right, just nip off the last few bits. Right, that's it cut out. We just need that line there to score now. And then you should find this will fold over just like the main shell of the house did. Right, so first things first, that's that tab there, fold her over. Now this was going to be tricky because I cut this one too far down. So there's two cuts in this side, so gently tease her over till we get to the right line. Glue will hold that in place. Right, so we bring it back. Little glue flap line there that was scored right at the beginning. Fold over. Now these tabs are tiny, so you've got to be careful. Right. Put them back down. Go on that one. Fold it over. This one, fold it over. Put your flaps back down so you can now get the base. Right, so that's what she looks like. So if you flop it down, bring these glue flaps up, bring the sides up, bring them round. They're the tabs that go onto the main building, and you should look something like that. Simple enough, yes? So let's get the glue applied and get this into shape. So your first bay should look similar to this. And then if I bring in, turn it round, apply glue down here, and that's going to go on there. Obviously your next one will go over here. We've got a canopy section that goes across here, and then for the porch there's a nice little decorative piece with a down leg here, and it just makes the full thing look quite pretty. So let's get the other bay window cut out and formed so it looks like this, and then we can carry on. So we're quickly moving on. This is the under canopy section. This is where the bay windows glue underneath. This is the bit that folds up the back and actually glues to the main wall of the building, and these are the brick side piers that you see on the end of the bays. So let's get these scored, and then we'll cut out, and then we'll put to one side, and we'll do this. Needs a score line, cut out, and we've got all the remaining pieces ready for use. So we've got the basic piece cut out. I've done my score lines down here, because flip it over, let's see if I can get it to fold. So these pieces fold over, yeah, put them back down, fold over the other piece. This is the section a lot of people struggle with on this kit, and when they see this they'll go, oh yeah. Right, so you've got those. Then we need, I've done the score line up here, fold this up and over onto itself. Now you're starting to see how it's going to look. So let's get that glue flap in there. Get that glue flap in there. Fold these sections up. Can you see it now? Right, so if they're glued like that, pretend this is the back wall of the building. Actually, let's get the back wall of the building. Right. Now, this is the section we've just been working on. That fits on there, like so. Let me just get these. That goes there. That goes there. Now you're starting to see the look now, aren't we? Let's get this glued so it's properly secure. Now that's our bay window canopy cover. Yeah. Try and give you all angles so you can see what we're looking at. Right, this is the front porch covering I was telling you about. Now I've designed it with a little logo there. You'll know in my earlier kits I used to start putting these all over the place. I had a lot of trouble with people taking the ideas, modifying them a little bit and then selling them on as their own. I'm giving these away for free. I just don't like people using the kits and then selling them on in flat pack form like this under their own name. I much prefer people to be honest and say, look, if you want this, go to the website, download it, it's free. There's a couple of people I have given permission to actually build kits and sell them, because a percentage goes to charity, which I'm in favour of. And to be honest, if you've built the kit and you're selling it as a complete kit, you've actually done some work, so you do deserve the right to actually sell them on. That's enough waffling now. Right, what we need to do first, get this score line, because this section folds in half. Right. Now, once it's in half, like I says, I did design it so this shows on the front, but I didn't put one on the other side. That gives people the option then, if you don't want the little logo showing, turn it round and you've got a blank fascia. Let's get this cut out and then we're ready to go. So here's our front porch area. Cut out. Already done the scores. See, it just folds over now. And you glue it into Terrace like so to form a T. So let me get glue applied to this. Now we're going to glue the bay window sections in, and this is how I like to do mine. I've got the first one glued in. There's about 1 millimetre of overhang of the roof canopy. Now if you just gently put that section there without any glue, it's just as a guide, so when you glue your next piece in, that'll go in there, and you've just got the same overhang at this end. Now this will then come out. Apply some glue along there, little end, and you just put it in there like so, right at the front. So let's get these into place. That's our base section glued together now. What I want to do is just leave that, because it is a little bit fragile, this piece, until you actually get the full section glued onto the main house. Whilst we wait for the bay window section to dry, let's turn our attention to the bay canopy roof sub base. That's this little piece here. Let's cut this out and then we'll get the covering strip cut out and we're ready to go. Okay, we've got our canopy section cut out. We've got our covering section cut out. That just gets glued over there and we fold those ends over just like we did on the main roof. So we've got our bay windows with our canopy section. Nice front porch. Here's the roof. All we need to do is apply some glue so it glues onto the section like so. Let's get the glue onto this now. So we've now got the roof glued onto our porch. What do we need to do now? Well, we need to bring back the main body of the house. Apply glue here and fit that on like so. And we're nearly there. All what we need to do then is the chimney stacks for the top. So let me apply glue and get this section glued on. So that's our fascia or canopy, bay windows, all glued together. Let's just leave this to one side now whilst that glue actually grabs and sets, and we'll concentrate on the two chimney pots. So here are our chimney stacks. Just like before, we need to score the red lines and the horizontal red lines ready for folding, and then we'll cut the full unit out and we're ready to go. So this is one chimney stack cut out, the other one's still there. That's a little glue flap for when we fold this round, it glues this half to this half. So what we need to do, because I've already pre-scored this, fold over, fold over, that folds over, that goes over, right, and then we need to fold these bits over, bend back. How people convert this into N-gauge, I have no idea, because I'm struggling here. This is double O, but they manage. So there must be better modelers than I am. Right, so we've got those flaps all ready to go. Basically these will now come up to form that. That piece glues inside there, and that forms the stack. So let me get some glue on this and we'll go from there. That there is now one completed chimney stack. Just need to do the other one so it's exactly the same. Like I said, you can hide these small white lines with some marker pen, but for this demonstration I'm just going to leave them as they are, and that needs gluing once we get the other one to the roof of the main building. So we've got our chimney stacks glued on, and that's where I'm going to leave this kit. There is the chimney pots to put on. Once again, they're optional extras, and I've done videos in the past showing you the chimney pots go on. Like I said, we didn't do the covering strips on these corners. They are within the kit. If you don't want to use those, you can use a marker pen. Same with the chimney stacks. And there is some ridge tile detail that can go on should you wish to put the ridge tile detail on. Now, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you now feel confident that you can actually go ahead and build this kit yourself. So until next time, have fun.